Okay, it is September 26, 2024. Let's see what's on the news effective today. Biden signed executive order aiming to reduce gun violence, eliminate controversial gun conversion devices. Just days after the Birmingham shooting, they're claiming it was gun related. Gang related, or somebody trying to get revenge of somebody, some fucking horseshit. But it will be tasked with issuing a report within 90 days. 90 days. And we're at the end of September, so that takes it end of September, October, November, December, which is after the November election date, November 5th, which is Richie from Boston's new predicted date for a civil war to erupt on and or before the November 5th election. So again, more bullshit propaganda from RFB, the alleged Christian truther who knows everything, and like all these others sucks money off people. Assessment, federal agencies, operational, legal, blah, 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 to detect. What do we got here? Are built from computer code. We all know that's how 3D works. Can be built with non-metal materials. Everything I googled, that at least the firing pin has to be metal, which could be the size of like a small nail, making them undetectable. They're not undetectable. It makes it harder. If they run these things through an airport scanner or fucking anywhere else, you can still see the shape of a gun. But the whole point is, Biden's executive order will establish an emerging firearms threat. Why has he not thought about, considered, or tried to? They haven't even attempted to do whatsoever any law, any executive order against a 3D printed firearm up till now. They're going to bring it up. Because why is this? Because I've said they do not want to, cannot, have no intention of trying to get rid of firearms whatsoever. So, oh, that's something else. This is Britain. This is the highest point in Florida. Britton Hill, 345. That's a small hill. Because of the flooding and the sea rise, which of course isn't happening if you're a Christian truth. There's no such thing as sea rise. Oh, that's something else. Oh, fuck. Hang on. I fucked up here. You could go watch all sorts of videos. I've done it before. I even watched a couple more before I started doing this. There's one gun I should have stuck a screenshot. That's the most reliable for being a plastic firearm, because these are all some sort of plastic. There's a one where they showed that was the most reliable for the barrel not exploding if it doesn't have a metal gun barrel, a metal tube in it. But still, these things are highly unwritten. The barrel bolt recoil spring must be metal. But I should have took a screenshot of that one in the video I watched. I even showed him firing it a bunch of times. Metal is a requirement for the barrel. I mean, they're plastic. I mean, I get it, but it's just fucking insane. And why haven't they tried to do an executive order yet? There's a picture one with some metal parts. There's another picture one. It's got the metal barrel, and there's more metal in that thing, and obviously the bullets have some sort of metal in it and all that. Anyway, you get it. Blah blah blah. Oh, I have to show this one. Congress renews ban on undetectable firearms. This is from March of this year, and yet they have done nothing to outlaw 3D printed guns. Why not? Because they can't, because they don't want to, mostly because they don't want to. Oh, here's what part of the act says. The act targets plastic weapons and requires that every gun include enough metal to set off an X-ray machines and metal detectors. It's been renewed 4 times since being signed by Reagan in '88. Okay, then why aren't they doing it? I mean, again, they have no intention of doing so regardless of what the left-right agenda of the New World Order says. Again, there's 2 agendas under the New World Order. Pause. And neither one of them gives a flying fuck about us. Trump proved that again. I'm going to be out of order as usual in my shit. February this year, extreme weather driving food prices. Crops are the worst. These are like I say, they're considered staples. They're staples to some and not to the others. But soybeans, olive oil, rice, potatoes, cocoa, very important, lots of shit. Scientists raise alarm over risk of synchronized global crop failures. Synchronized, yes. Intentional, some yes. Some on purely fucking accident. Like Dane Wigington's been warning us for years. We're going to be seeing out of control weather loops and whatever he's seeing now, out of control. We do not know what's man-made now versus what they just fucked up the atmosphere and the oceans and, blah, blah, blah. A wake-up call. 2023 started much sooner. The world needs to prepare for massive crop failure. How climate change will affect our food, state of the planet, etc. That one's 2018. Started much sooner. They've been telling us because they know it's coming, because they've known before they were telling us, as usual with most subjects. Why everywhere seems to be flooding right now. Of course, you can Google another order. Why everywhere there seems to be a drought right now. Droughts and flooding over and over cycles. And again, look at all the places that are flooding that were impossible to flood and have never been flooded before. I gotta go. Hang on, I gotta find this other big one about the elephants. Zimbabwe, this is September this year, the 22nd. Zimbabwe criticized for allowing mass killing of elephants amid El Nino-produced drought. Let's see what they have to say. A climate crisis in Southern Africa has triggered the movement of Zimbabwe to allow for mass slaughter of elephants. They've authorized for the killing of 200, so it's probably going to be plenty more as time goes by, in order to reduce the burden on the drought-stricken landscape and feed starving citizens. This has absolutely, it does and doesn't have to do, they need food. I brought this up before, it's been a long time. Years back on my original YouTube channel, when John X Army was on YouTube, he did a video or two stating that, as people starve, they will resort to cannibalism. And he got all these comments and people in videos, oh, look at this fucking retard, fucktard. He's a fucktard, but, he's out there for money like these other channels. But I'm the only one that defended him, but not defending him, but defending the act, that when it comes to fucking starving, lots of people, millions, will resort to cannibalism, billions around the planet. Because when could I sit here right now and say, if there was some sort of apocalyptic thing and it came down to eating a person, cooking their body parts, would I do it? Or I can sit here and say, no, it fucking disgusts me to no end, but would I do it? I don't know, unless I was fucking starving to death. But I'm the only one I know that it's not defending him, it's defending the prospect of that happening. And we've seen this happen over the years. Let's pause here. What do we got here? Jet stream to plunge, accelerate arrival in autumn. September weather pattern, more typical of March, April. I wanted to point out something else here. More triple-digit Fahrenheit temperatures in Phoenix. They're hotter than usual right now. 113 days. The old record was 76 consecutive days, and in summer of 93. Oh, there was something else. Hang on, let me pause here. I thought I had a screenshot of something else. I'm not going to say it since I can't show it. September, this month, Shanghai slammed by what China says is the city's strongest storm in 7 decades, which means ever. Let's go to the coral reefs. This is important. The coral reefs, the plankton, the trees, the grass, because these retards like Richie from Boston, in other words, the more CO2 the better. Again, if you do not have those green plants turning CO2 into oxygen, then we have too much CO2. And we have all seen and know for a fucking fact the decimation around the planet of trees and plankton. Here we're addressing coral reef. I should have Googled how much coral reefs provide oxygen, if any. Completely wiped out by 2050, of course, much closer than that. Climate change, and in other words, the main thing is geoengineering. Is there human pollution? Yes. Look at the fact that, look at all the years of every time, whether it's a company or you are out there in your driveway or in the street, changing the antifreeze or the oil on your car and all that shit you let out on purpose or that leaks out. Every time it rains, that gets rushed down the gutter into the streams, and you fucking get it. I mean, we decimated this planet. Every fucking one of us have partaken of that. But let's move on. And of the pesticides and everything else. Some climate scientists believe the changes in the jet stream brought about by warming planet, of course, nothing to do with geoengineering, more frequent heat domes. They admit to the more frequent heat domes, a larger and longer lasting atmospheric rivers producing larger flooding storms and longer ones. I want to address that late great planet Earth by Hal Lindsey shit. I keep fucking this up. Again, this is important because all these large areas affect the planet. Amazon basin rivers all-time low, September this year, 24. And here's another one. I took these two on purpose because it started years ago, and they've been telling us. Epic floods are wreaking havoc from Africa to Asia to Europe. That includes North America, us. I believe I have it. Here we go. Major climate reports may be underestimating drought risk. North America and Southern, all over the fucking planet, every country. Emissions are magnifying both wet and just emissions, nothing else. Cow farts in your SUVs. Okay, let me throw this in. At the time, whatever this, I think it said 28 million sold up to date. Late great Hal Lindsey, the famous Christian. What is it about the end time? They've been talking about the end times for fucking ever. 7 years. Of course, Christians can't. They're divided. There's a tribulation where the Christians get picked up and zapped out earth before it happens, or they have to suffer through it to prove their love and their faithfulness to Jesus. Matter of fact, let's do this about the infamous great Christian Hal Lindsey. His Planet Earth, late great planet, 1970. Satan Alive and Well, 72. There's a New World Coming, 73. Let's do show more. Book after book, cashing in. The Liberation of Earth, 74. Allegonia, where the fuck, 85. 90s Countdown, 1980s Countdown, 81. The Road to the Holocaust, 89. The Rapture, 84. The Everlasting Hate, etc., etc. What is Richie from? So on and so forth. This dude fucking made loads of bucks off the Christian sheep. You want to talk about a conspiracy? How does Frito-Lay launch his Tostito Scoops? Oh, man, I hope I got 2001. There's a conspiracy. Frito-Lay did their scoop chips so they could sell more of their Tostitos dip. That's a conspiracy people need to check out. Let's pause here. I may have showed this in my last video because there's probably channels out there saying, oh my God, look, they're sending another aircraft carrier over to the Middle East. The carrier U.S. Truman, 2 Navy destroyers or cruisers set, in other words, their accompanying task force, whatever the fuck they call it. Europe on a regular scheduled deployment. The ship's departure opens up the possibility that the U.S. could keep both. They're not gonna. It's just propaganda and bullshit. Yes, could we have World War III relatively easy enough? Of course they could. Again, that's if the U.S. decides to try to keep putting missiles in Ukraine, which is why Putin's over there in Ukraine right now. So that's versus China or North Korea starting a World War III? No. And would it be over here? No. But again, the biggest thing, that's what I'm going to say it again and again and again. Is the U.S. putting secret troops into the Ukraine? Of course they are. Does Russia know this? Of course they do. But if they openly do it or do too many, I guarantee you Putin will use those what the fuck they call them, small yield nukes in Ukraine if America does this. They know this. This part of the New World Order agenda knows this shit. And like I said, I believe it's in my last video. Now, I don't give a flying fuck about Trump or Biden, Harris, Vance, Waltz, Hillary, Clinton, all the motherfuckers. But I'm telling you, and I guarantee you right now, yes, Trump, as a sitting president on that side, the left, the Republican, yes, because there's two sides to the New World Order. I know most people don't believe it, because especially for channels, because it fucks up their whole program. But could Trump get in office? And like I just said in my last video, I got to repeat it. Could Trump get in office and end the Putin-Russian invasion? Yes, he could. Just like he said, he could be from election time to being sworn in by just going to Putin and saying, I promise you right now, no NATO missiles in Ukraine. That would end it right there. Would that happen? More than likely, yes, because this shit, like I said, did not happen. And I showed it from the articles until the Democratic side of the new, because there's two agendas in the New World Order. Again, neither one of them give a flying fuck. Trump proved that under COVID. Everything he did under COVID proved that he does not give a flying fuck about us American citizens. But let's pause here. Okay, I got to show this again. I just picked this off of somebody's video on BitChute. It was easier to find it. Third one down, USA of America. We're supposed to go down 68.5% in population by January. This could go along with Richie from Boston's new Civil War date of November 5th. Let's pause here. Okay, what happened to all the wonderful videos we seen up until maybe a year ago or something, maybe a little longer, where the BRICS agreement, entering the petrodollar? Oh my God, it's World War III today, it's World War III tomorrow, it's World War III yesterday, because all these people are trying to get away from the petrodollar, which I totally understand and totally agree with. But if all these other countries did actually drop the petrodollar, even all at once, would that devastate or end our economy? No, it wouldn't. Because I'm the only one I know that's ever said it, and it's not just because I'm saying it to try to be different. The stock market horseshit that people want to say, our dollar is only supposed to be with, depending on who you want to listen to, whether it's mainstream government or Truth or Channel. Our dollar is what, 10% on the dollar, what they say it is, or 5 cents or whatever the fuck. People don't get it. The stock market, people don't get it. They can fake this as long as they want to. It's not fake it till you make it. It's not fake it till the end. They can fake it as long as they want to, except for, and this would not include the dollar whatsoever, or the currency, or the stock market, as it comes closer. It's encroaching more and more. If you see it right now with food prices, we're not having the shortages that most people would think we should be having right now, because we should not be having them right now, because our country has been doing what they've been doing before the geoengineering and other shit just devastate this planet more, because this country, but meaning them, the new world, the people controlling this country, the new world, they're doing all they fucking can. All these other countries that were other third world countries and fourth world countries and even second world countries to begin with, we're not seeing the reports. I've Googled, you cannot find the deaths and the current starvation levels in these other countries that were already having them. And I'm talking about pre-COVID. And during COVID, I can't remember if it was 20, I'm thinking it might have been 22, when they showed in Africa, they reduced the food shit they were taking in by 50%. So I guarantee you it's much fucking more worse than sin. But all these other countries that are fucking, you can Google all you want. All you get is this repeated shit, starving countries, the most, I forget the terminology they use for, anyway. They're not reporting on this shit anymore because of how bad it is. But let's pause here. Oh, and I think I tried to bring this up in my last video, the one before. The father of the Georgia school shooting, he was arrested. And this is the one where the year previous he was investigated by the sheriff. But the thing is, I want to address it from this standpoint, because there was a previous set of parents in that other shooting where they were convicted and got a whole fucking bunch of time. I know there's got to be channels and websites out there saying, oh my God, look what's coming. They're going to go after every parent of a school shooter. No, that is not going to fucking happen. This is another large exception and exemption. And this goes along with what we hear from all our truther channels, where the parents need to be responsible for this kind of shit. This dude, this father, the kid is investigated less than 12 months the previous year, but less than 12 months before, over a school shooting. And in this case, the father actually went and bought him that fucking assault weapon. And again, yes, they are assault weapons. I know channels like, oh, look, God, they were designed for war. Should we be allowed to have them in our possession as American citizens, defend ourselves from a terrorist or a robber or the government? Yes, we should. But anyway, this guy he bought him the fucking rifle and let him have access to it after he knew of the kid's prior intention, thoughts whatsoever. So, lay in your own fucking bed. As I end this video, I want to address this again, this Hamas thing. 2 months before, they even put that in bold fucking capital letters. Hamas attacked Israel. The Pentagon awarded a multi-million-dollar contract to build the U.S. troop facilities for a secret base. Of course, it's not secret. They told us about it. I'm going to show another screenshot. This is an anti-missile base, code name Site 512. That's not the code name. That's the fucking name. Anyway, it's a long-standing U.S. radar facility, so of course there's missiles there. Again, why did they do this pushback? You got to get it. They want to. I'm going to show a map here. Okay, let me remember to do this map, because I want to map what I talk about here. Oops. Oh, come on, fucking scroll over. The U.S. Army is quietly moving into 512 classified base atop that Oh, I thought there was a date on this one. 27. Let me pause here. No plans to send troops. There's not going to be no troops for the war. 2017, when the military announced the presence, they inaugurated a military site that the first military base. This is when they want to introduce people. I could not find nothing of when they actually started building that site 512. Let me pause here. I guess this is the best map I can show. So you got Israel right in there, right next to that J. You got the U.S. doing strikes in Lebanon, claiming it's because of the Houthis and other shit attacking their ships in the Red Sea. Nothing I could Google saying they're doing anything in Saudi Arabia, because I don't know if Saudi Arabia is going to play that shit, and they're all up each other's assholes anyway. Then you got them claiming they're doing attack. Israel's doing attacks in Syria, which means the U.S. They want to hit Iran, so that means they're going to hit Iraq. Are they already? I mean, it's just fucking insane what we do not see on the news compared to what we do see on the news, because so much of this shit could be fake. It could be fake, completely fake and unreal. People have got to know what they could do that's completely computerized, completely CGI, completely green screen. Look at all the fucking movies. The latest big example was that dude in the white guy. I mean, there's a couple white guys. The younger kid that was really famous in the Fast and the Furious movies, he died. So they got permission from his family to finish. They finished the movie and they CGI'd his fucking face, his head on another person's body, and it looks completely fucking real. We have no idea. We hear anything we see coming on the news from Putin, from Biden-Harris, from Trump, from any politician from any country. It could be completely CGI with the lip, every fucking thing, because he's got anything. Take it for a grain of fucking salt. The biggest thing we all need to be concerned about, worried about, and not worried, but prepping for is running out of food and having an access to water and being able to filter that water. That's it. I mean, I haven't said it in a while, but I still, something's on my phone here. I still tell my mom, it's enjoy, it's a fucking shit show. In other words, you can laugh at it, pay attention to it, but don't get like all these fucking channels. It's all about buying my shit, going into my sponsor, my sales, and my ads, and that fucktard. God damn it! Oh, Richie from Boston he ripped off people. I don't know how many people for those two $25,000 GoFundMe's. That's amazing to me that people fall for that kind of shit. But I'm gonna end this one here. I think. Let me pause while I brain fart. Okay, to end this up, I just Googled "Planet Earth is dying." This AIR review started cropping up a month or so ago. I know goddamn well there's got to be people doing videos. Oh my God, look, it's AIR. That they replaced Google with AIR review is all they did. And people, I mean, well, I know we get all this horse shit. It became famous or infamous all over the truther channels and medias and websites and blogs when not the Matrix. The Terminator came out. AI took over, and they launched all the missiles against each other, so they could. That will never happen. I don't care what even the government puts out, or CNN, or MSC, or MSNBC, or any of the motherfuckers. But that will never ever happen. This is all bullshit. Of course, they do your phone, they do your TV, they do your laptop to see what you search. Everybody does it. I don't give a fuck what any of these channels say. They all do it when they search for something. They love it when they get recommended searches for the same subject. They all love it. They live by it. And for people going off grid, how come everybody that goes off grid takes their fucking phone with them so they can do YouTube videos or BitChute videos? They all do the same. Look at Richie from Boston. Everywhere he goes, 99.9% of the time. Matter of fact, it's 100% in the moment that I know of. I don't watch all his videos. He's always at a motel. He's Mr. Anti-Civilization, Mr. Off the Grid, Mr. Survivalist. He has that fucking tent thing on top of his fucking, God damn it, he's that Bronco where the fuck he drives. He has a fucking tent on top. He never uses it. What's his excuse? Oh, I can't get internet. I had to go to a motel. I can't. There's a lot of people out there like that. People like Richie from Boston cannot survive. They cannot live by themselves because they cannot live with their own thoughts. There's a lot of people out there. I love doing that. I've said several times my first camping trip when I went out, it was kind of hard adjusting to myself. I had my two dogs, so that made it different. But then I loved it after this, maybe 2 or 3 weeks. I did my 3 and 4 month primitive tent camping trips. I had to go into Civilization now and then. They hit a fucking Walmart, or I'd go to I'd pull up on maps some sort of paid campsite somewhere so I could go take a shower for $5 or for free. But Richie from Boston cannot live with himself, not by himself. People like him cannot live with themselves, which is what's in their own mind. But I'm going to end this here, and see you later. Bye.